This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only. And anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, these bad actors in the United States of America do whatever they want, when they want, with no real consequences, okay? It's absolutely crazy what they are allowed to get away with. Credit Suisse, and by default, UBS, had an agreement with the United States of America. And in that agreement, they agreed not to help United States taxpayers hide money in overseas bank accounts. And the ink wasn't even dry on that agreement. And what did Credit Suisse and UBS do again? They helped American taxpayers hide money overseas from the U.S. government. And they were now fined like $513 million. Let me tell you guys something. If the only punishment for breaking the law is more fines, they're going to keep breaking the law every single time. You know why? No real consequences. If there were real consequences for their behavior, they would not continually violate the law. If one of these COOs or high-level managers of UBS or Credit Suisse was at risk of incarceration, was at risk of not being able to participate in the banking industry anymore, they would not be multiple violations of the same infractions every single time. Our regulatory agencies embolden these criminals to keep engaging in criminal behavior. No doubt in my mind about that. Because had the first set of punishments been severe, had somebody ended up in handcuffs, had somebody been indicted, had somebody went to jail, do you think before the ink was signed on the old agreement, Credit Suisse and by default UBS would have engaged in the exact same behavior? Of course not. But they own our regulatory agencies, they own our law enforcement agencies, and they know that they can break the law. And the most that will happen to them is they will get a fine. But they make so much money from breaking the law that the fine is only a cost of doing business. If you or I had entered into an agreement to not help people commit tax fraud, and then we got caught helping people commit tax fraud, where do you think we would be? We would be in handcuffs. We would be indicted. We'd be sitting in a federal penitentiary. But somehow, these officers of UBS, of Credit Suisse, can continue engaging in this activity with no real consequences. It is absolutely crazy to me. Until our law enforcement agencies start locking up these criminals and not just giving them fines and take away their license to participate in these industries, the fraud and corruption is going to continue. A $500 million fine means nothing to a bank that's making trillions of dollars. Okay? That is petty cash to them. Anyway, leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think if somebody in Credit Suisse or UBS had went to jail for this tax fraud, do you think they would have been doing the same crime over and over again? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.